Suppose there's a woman who believes her husband is still alive, even though he died 10 years ago. If you're taking care of her, whether you're a nurse or whether you're her daughter, let's say, you have a dilemma. Do you tell her he's dead and possibly cause her to be bereaved all over again, knowing, moreover, that she will likely ask you the same question tomorrow or even in an hour from now and become bereaved all over again? Or do you simply say, oh, he's not here, he's at the office? There are a number of nursing homes for people with dementia in various countries of the world that are experimenting with getting away from the traditional look, which is basically that of a hospital, putting in place instead what looks like a street or a neighborhood in a town. And the idea is to give people who live there a sense that they are somewhere normal, that they are somewhere familiar. They're not rotting in a hospital, they're just in another village street. The place I spent the most time was a place called The Lantern, which is in Chagrin Falls, Ohio, just east of Cleveland. Their memory care unit is centered around an open area in the middle, like a traditional American town square. The carpet is designed to look like grass. There are clapboard facades of houses that project into the room with porches. In a traditional nursing home, the lights are on all the time, 24/7. In Chagrin Falls, they, at a certain point in the evening, turn the ceiling lights off and they turn the porch lights on and the street lights on, and it looks like a town street at night. There's been an enormous amount of thought put into curating the life of a person with dementia so that they can get as much out of it as they possibly can, depending on what they're still able to enjoy and able to do. Eleanor Margolis was the person I spent most time with when I was in Chagrin Falls. She has problems with her memory, but she's very much still herself. When I was there, she was just about to turn 100, and so she was thinking about this birthday and what it meant to be still alive when she was living in this facility where the most fun she had was basically walking up and down these paths and her meals. She wasn't unhappy, but she realized that her life was pretty empty compared to what it had been before. I mean, this is one of the paradoxes of dementia, that often people in an advanced stage of the disease are happier because they have lost a sense of what is happening to them. People at an earlier stage who are less affected, like Ellie, are aware of what's going on. It's hard to talk about the nature of dementia because there's so many different kinds. The most common and best known is Alzheimer's. Some people very quickly lose their speech. Other people have trouble remembering, and many people become confused about how old they are. Taking care of somebody with dementia is very draining, very heartbreaking. There is a consensus among people who are living with people with dementia, working with people with dementia, that lying is certainly the easier thing to do and often the kinder thing to do. But I just think there's a price to be paid for lying all the time. Most people elect to lie. They think it's kinder. I'm torn, which is why I wanted to write this piece. I think the question of deception in dementia care is very complicated, and I don't think there's any one answer for every situation about whether lying or telling the truth is the better course. I ended up quite moved and persuaded by the people who said, no, you tell the truth. It's not just a matter of trying to keep the person with dementia in the real world for as long as possible. One of the other things that matters is the person who's doing the lying. Even though almost all care workers in nursing homes do lie, it changes them, it affects them. They feel worn down by it.